The daughter of Hollywood royalty and actual royalty, she lost her mother at a young age, and the father of her children a few years after that. Through it all, Princess Caroline of Monaco and Hanover has worked hard to make the world a better place. On January 23, 1957, Princess Caroline was born to Princess Grace, better known as American actress Grace Kelly, and Prince Rainier III in the Prince's Palace of Monaco to much excitement. Later that year, baby Caroline was officially introduced to the public when her parents showed her off for the first time on the palace balcony. When it comes to princesses, Caroline is the real deal. By birth, she belongs to the House of Grimaldi, and she's also descended from French nobility. To go with her royal blood, she learned from an early age that a strong work ethic was very important. Though her mother was no longer acting during Caroline's childhood, Grace Kelly no doubt brought much of her own work ethic from Hollywood to Monaco, where Caroline was taught to be not just hardworking, but very aware of her privileged position and the duty that came with it.
Our children were brought up with a certain amount of discipline and found it quite natural.
At age 21, Princess Caroline got married in quite the lavish wedding. On June 28, 1978, she wed banker Philippe Junot. But the romance wasn't meant to last. After only 2 years, the young couple split up. Reflecting on their failed union, Caroline later said that it all simply happened too fast, and that her family's wish for her to be married may have clouded her judgment as a young woman. It was also reported that her mother didn't approve of the match, and may have even predicted that it wouldn't last. The Catholic Church later annulled the union. While Princess Caroline's divorce was a major heartbreak, she experienced a far greater one when her mother, Hollywood legend Grace Kelly, died in a car crash in 1982. Grace had been driving Caroline's younger sister, Princess Stephanie, back to the palace. Hospitalized from her injuries, Stephanie missed her mother's funeral, which was watched by millions on TV at the time, and didn't learn of her mother's death for 2 days. In later interviews, Caroline revealed that she learned the whole story of the crash from her sister, who explained that her mother panicked as she lost control of the car, and that Kelly had not been feeling well at the time of the crash. After her mother's tragic death, Princess Caroline's whole life seemingly changed in an instant. Though she had been well prepared for a life of service, no one could have known that she'd be forced to step up years before she was ever meant to, taking on her mother's role as First Lady of Monaco far too early. Her father, Prince Rainier III, was delighted with the way his daughter handled the transition. A year after his wife's death, he reportedly called his daughter's ability to step into her mother's shoes, quote, a miracle. He found he was able to rely on his daughter to handle just about any responsibility he gave her, including leadership roles with charity organizations. One of the earliest roles Caroline took on was working with the Princess Grace Foundation, which Rainier established to honor his late wife. The foundation reflects the iconic Hollywood icon's love of her adopted country and commitment to the arts by giving away scholarships and grants to deserving young performing artists. Not long after her mother's death, Princess Caroline remarried and had 3 children. However, in 1990, she faced tragedy again when her husband of 7 years, Stefano Casaraggi, died in a boating accident while racing. Devastated by her husband's death, Caroline moved her children to a small village in France to retreat from the public eye. Caroline managed to lead the low-key life she wanted with her children in France until she began dating an old friend, her soon-to-be third husband, Prince Ernst August of Hanover. The relationship allegedly led to controversy, as Ernst August was reportedly already married and a father of 2 at the time. In 1997, Ernst August divorced his wife, and in 1999, he got an official blessing to marry Caroline from his distant cousin, Queen Elizabeth II of England. Caroline and Ernst August were married on her 42nd birthday, after which she became known as Princess of Hanover. In July 1999, the princess gave birth to her 4th child, and the couple's first together, a girl named Alexandra. Sadly, the couple separated in 2009, amid rumors of the prince's infidelity, and while they have yet to officially divorce, they continue to lead separate lives. While Princess Caroline has followed in her mother's footsteps and spent years supporting the arts, including the Ballet of Monte Carlo and many other organizations, that's just one of her many philanthropic interests. She's also contributed her passion and leadership to many charitable causes for children, teens, and disabled individuals. Her charity work dates all the way back to the early 1980s, when she founded a hotline staffed by trained professionals to provide support to Monaco's troubled youth. The princess is also an honorary president of the Guides of Monaco, Monaco's version of Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts of America, after taking part in the organization as a child. She's also president of Ahmad Mondiali, an organization her mother founded to help children facing physical and psychological abuse.
Ahmad is an association dedicated to protecting children around the world.
Outside of Monaco, Caroline is a patron of Peter Le Marchand Trust, a British boating organization benefiting the disabled. In 2007, she and her brother, Prince Albert, organized a fundraiser generating more than $2 million for Nelson Mandela's Foundation for Underprivileged Kids. Albert, the current reigning Prince of Monaco, is in awe of his older sister's efforts over the years. As he told People magazine, what she's done over the years, helping Monaco in various ways, on the cultural and charitable sides, she's often the first person on board. Caroline has been repeatedly recognized for her charity work around the world. In 2003, she was named a Goodwill Ambassador by UNESCO. In 2006, she received the Children's Champion Award from UNICEF. And in 2011, she was honored by the World Association of Children's Friends. Princess Caroline was forced to step up and take on more royal duties at a young age when her mother died, giving her plenty of work throughout the years. But her first priority has always been motherhood, a goal she set for herself as a young child. She once told the Los Angeles Times that she was, quote, overwhelmed by the wish to be a mother, and she approached it with the same dedication as her other responsibilities. Her brother, Prince Albert, has called her a wonderful mother and said she might be even better at being a grandmother. After raising 4 children, Princess Caroline is now a grandmother to 7. During Monaco's National Day in November 2018, she proudly appeared alongside her 4 children and 5 of her 7 grandchildren to mark the public debut of her 2 youngest royal grandchildren, born a month apart.